see if Team Flash can turn it around here with the lineup that they've taken for this one. Again, Ixia could prove to be very worthy in this game and impactful if they're able to pull it off, alongside the Fanny here for Hades.
Well, before we get into the action, I want to point out that any ultimate that Team AB Bren have, we will have a copy from it with Jay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have, for me at least, a winning draft 100% win, at least for me.
For Team Flash?
Yeah, for Team Flash.
Okay, you're going with Team Flash. Your favorite Team Flash lineup.
All in.
Okay.
All in, 100%. Yeah, Naisu.
Yeah, he's going 100% in it. Emblems looking pretty good here, too, for both teams, obviously. A lot of tenacities as well for Team Flashes. They're going to have to deal with some of this when they're already flickering out. So, you know, that's a small win for them. Can he actually get away from this? He should be fine, even though Lolzy's there. But this is kind of Ogren's job right now, right? Be a nuisance. Deal with his Fanny here.
Well, look. With the flicker earlier, that's a good damage. But with the flicker earlier on, he should be punished, though.
Ooh. Ogren's taken very low. Kaltizi is actually a level down. Finally gets to level 4. It seems like despite Team Flash having a bit more damage to play with in the early stage, it's still AB Bren who have a little bit of a lead through the lanes. I think farming has been pretty good for them. 45 gold lead. It's very small, can go back and forth. But even in that gold lane, Vanix is getting out-traded by Marco.
Seeing the Fanny again and again tells me that the early game will be for the favor of Team Flash, while Cutthroat comes in.
Good defensive there with the flicker. So Turtle's going to be up. They already got the information that Hades is going to be on the top side, so that is the go signal to start up that Turtle. You can already see it being worked on here by Kaltizi.
Oh, a purple.
Rest of Team Flash, though, also trying to get in position. Ogwen just being a nuisance once again around the purple buff. So trying to stall out Hades. This should just, once again, Turtle go in the hands of AP Bren here.
That was so close. It was a bit too close for comfort for the side of AP Bren. Adamir rotating over. Meanwhile, Ogwen trying to stop Hades from taking that purple buff, but he still had that retreat, so he picks it up for free. Turtle for purple.
Actually, at some point I was looking at Hades and neglecting the team fight. I thought that it's inevitable for Kyle to use his retribution. It was so risky, and I was actually kind of betting that Hades will not use his retribution, but after seeing Ogwen goes in, everything flipped around. If that happened, if that scenario in my head happened and took place, Team Flash would have went for the invade on the purple buff, and at this point, Fanny will be so far in lead when it comes to XP compared to the Fredrin.
Yeah, even with that, again, I think one of the biggest parts here for Team Flash and Hades in general is every Fanny's, obstacle is like, hold on, Flap, though.
Oh, not able to find the kill. Flapteezy survives just with 1 HP. Meanwhile, there's a trade up top that AP Bren are trying to look for.
What? What?
I think he thought that Flap would recall. That's why he didn't jump into the bush. But hey, a turret is a turret. You get a lot of plating anyways here. Kaltizi invades the other side of the map, trying to look for that mirror play, and Hades will just recall as Adamir proxies the wave.
Okay, so they're going to get a little bit of that gold to work around with on the bottom side, which does, keep things relatively even against AP Bren economy wise, and they're 30 seconds away from this turtle. So I feel like for Team Flash, they want to be able to get in position to actually contest this, but this is what I was expecting. When that Fredrin was locked in, this is the pressure that is that Hades has to deal with here.
And look at the poke already to Lolzy. Kaltizi should be able to last hit this, and he does. He finds a purple buff now. It's going to be Hades without a purple buff. AP Bren escaping. Kaltizi re-engaging, getting a good taunt, and an Appraiser's Wrath. One last hit despite the flicker. Kaltizi stabs his way to the first kill in the game.
Controlling that purple buff is 101 how to counter a Fanny, and Kaltizi has successfully got this mission right. AB Bren with 1.2k gold ahead. I wouldn't talk about the gold lead, I would just talk about Hades facing a hard time Flash team. And as we say, that was so close. There's one more turtle, right? This is the second turtle for Team AB Bren, and they are getting ahead in the gold. But I saw something when we saw the emblems earlier on. Vanix is going for kinda tanky approach when it comes to emblem.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, he kind of has to, right? The thing about Ixia, she's like a glass cannon. She's the epitome of a glass cannon, right? The way that works, and you kind of have to be able to position yourself really well, and that's where you're relying on the team here, especially to find the setup potential for you. But, you know, 5 minutes into the game, AP Bren having this 2K lead, they're playing like it too. You know, they're continuously this side of the jungle of Team Flash.
Why are Hades the one controlling the bot lane though? Oh, it was cut it down. Wow, Adamir now needs to join. So, will there be a fight here?
Yep, Theo still able to escape with the help. Wow,
Why?
no commitment for the side of Team Flash. Hesitating, maybe thinking that there's going to be a little bit more members around. Kyle just picks up the purple buff for free. There's not much Team Flash can do. And now even with the Appraiser's Wrath just used to poke, that 100% win for Team Flash is not 100% so far.
Yeah, it's not looking like that. Still going to be putting the pressure here in the mid lane. Again, a little trip around the Circle Eagle. But look at the level gap, too, between the junglers. Kyle Teasy 2 levels ahead right now of Hades. And that's, once again, how much pressure is being put here. Flap, get some information. He's going to go ahead and get back. But you can see the way that AP Bren is playing on the macro level here against what Team Flash is doing.
I kind of love what Flab is doing, actually controlling the lanes and also cutting them through for Team AB Bren. He's kind of annoying Team Flash at some point. He cannot do anything at this point when it comes to laning phase because Adamir completely neglects the bot lane, completely neglects the XP duties, and I cannot help but to wonder, Team Flash, they do have a winning draft. It is a 100% winning draft still for me, but they are not executing it as I imagined.
It's all about the execution, yeah?
Yeah.
Team Flash, with a 100% winning draft, their execution is not 100%. Yeah, nice.
Yes.
That's the maths, right? That's simple maths right now. But, whoa, Vanix.
Oh.
Is it at least 20% though, the execution?
I would give it 40%.
Oh, it's not bad.
Hey, Yasu, you're the analyst here, you know? So whatever percentage you want to throw out, I'll at least be on board for now, right? So Super Marco picking up his Berserker's Fury. But this is my problem here with this. It's a low-kill game. You've got a Fanny. You're supposed to be scaling really hard in the early game, getting these kills.
Please.
You don't have it, though. And the game, look at this. Like, Hades can't even move around right now. So you're going to have to kind of default to usually what happens in this situation.
Fanix with the flicker. Gets out Lolzy now. Knocks Flap TZ up, but that's all he can do, really. He just knocks him up for a bit, gives him a bit of airtime.
Okay, well, going back to it, you're going to get to a point here on Hades where you gotta just kind of split push.
Yeah.
Right? And go for that, but mid lane.
Adamir with a penalty zone, and that's going to be a full barrage to the back, but there's no flicker to help him get to the range. Now is an Appraiser's Wrath dealing with another Realm HP. The worldie is massive, and it gets to Adamir, canceling the recall. Hades recalling on the other side, and Kyle TZ is taking control. You know what they want to do. They want to go and steal that purple buff again. Meanwhile, Flap, completely different from game number 1.
You just experienced how this draft can work. If he just had that flicker Vanix, he could have easily swept Team AB Bren down. But yet, again, as you said, Naisu, and this is the point I kind of forgot to point out here. Fanny in the early game, you have it. Late game damage, you have it in the Ixia. Crowd control and setups, you have it with the Minotaur and the Terizla. Stealing all these good ultimates, you have it in the Valentina. What else do you need?
Well, right now, a purple buff right now is what they need for sure. Hades is going to get stunned up completely, and yeah, that early game to mid game completely neutralized because the steals continue to happen. And well, Yasu pointed out earlier, without the flicker, that 100% turns to 0% for Vanix.
Yeah. I mean, with that, you know, anytime you pick up any of these heroes that really require that purple buff, it's kind of a disaster when you don't get it for this long, right? Like, what can you do? Yes, you see Hades putting the pressure there, looking for that tier 1 on the bottom side, but that's ultimately another objective going to the hands of AP Bren here. And the rest of the team really trying to work it out. One thing that I will say for Team Flash is at least Vanix, for the most part, has tried to farm up. He is gapped in comparison to Super Marco, but hey, he hasn't died, neither has Adamir, right? Hades has just been flying around, so there might be a point in this game where Team Flash can make their way back. Again, we saw the opposite happening the previous game of 7K difference for AP Brent.
Owen was about to follow him all the way to the base there, but he decides to come back out there just to utilize the Lord a bit more efficiently, and they're going to try to crack open the tier 2s in the mid lane first with a Bruno helping out. Calteezy trying to zone Team Flash away from that tier 2 in the mid lane, but they'll say, you know what, we'll just control the bottom lane first. Super Marco gets a free turret, and then they utilize another wave here with a built-up slow push with the Lord pushing up top. Incredible wave manipulation by AP Bren. That's the last tier 2 turret taken down by the Winions. AP Bren now looking for the base. The base turret in the top side going to be targeted down. Jay with a good Terrify onto Owen. That's a splash as well from the base turret. Lolzy jumps in but gets knocked up. Now it's another realm defensively. Adamir, that's a defensive penalty zone to defend the base. And now it's going to be Jay. What? He just gets taken out, disappearing in an instant. You blink and you miss it.
Yeah, that's the price. These are the coincident. Oh my God! This
consequences.
Is consequences.
There it is.
That you have to face.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Oh no!
Not anymore.
The 100%. Lolzy taking down Vanix, running for the hills. Adamir just looking for a play. Hades does no damage. The full barrage does no damage. Even with the flicker, it's still not 100. Adamir flickers backwards, and now AP Brenner doing whatever they want.
Yeah, releasing some pressure. That's the only thing Hades can do at this point by taking and making those split pushes possible. Team Flash, nothing at this point. Give me even the courage to say 20% winning chance.
Now it's 20.
Now we went from 100 to 20 here, Yasu. Well, again, hey, look at it this way. There's 0-0-0 across the board for him, Adamir, and Vanix, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can they keep it together and actually turn something around? Well, at this point, it's looking really dire. I don't even know 20% at this point because, you know, AP Bren, with this lineup that they have, and the fact that they can extend some of these team fights with the Netherrealm, that's the biggest issue. I mean, even this, Ogwen just taking a trip, you know?
He outtrades the assassin.
That shouldn't happen.
That really shouldn't.
He's enjoying. But looking at the items that just like disappear right now, there was some semi items or like half items from the side of from Kyle, and he managed now to at least complete 2 of them, which is one of them is the cursed. What happened? What did I miss?
No, it's just the fact that the roamer deals more damage than the assassin.
It's weird.
Yeah, and you know what also is weird for me? This draft not winning. But anyways, let's go.
We're still on that.
Yeah, I cannot get past that because it stick to me right now. You guys like pinned it to me. 100, 100, 100 all over the game. So Team Flash at this point, what can they do? What can they do is one good setup. Actually, yeah, one good setup can make a solid defense. And having that Netherrealm stolen from few can make that defense possible for Team Flash.
Oh man, I also a believer in one good setup, but in this situation, you're 12K behind at the 13-minute mark, man, and your gold laners, that's like 4,000 gold behind.
Yeah, it's, how many items are those? Like 2 items more?
1.5 maybe.
Yeah.
1 point. I'm not good with numbers. Hades.
Me neither.
Okay.
I'm not good with numbers too.
Now, AP Brenner just utilizing the number game that they have, a 12,000 gold lead that's completely built up. It seems like Team Flash, they have no way to defend. Even this base turret in the mid lane, Hades has fast hands, but what can they do with this? Vanix is playing in the back, that's Adamir who jumps in the back as well. Owen provides the proper support. Super Marco has the win of nature. That just might be it. No! They win the fight, but in the end it's 4-0. They didn't even let Team Flash get a kill.